The silent lesson of the camel. To watch a camel move across the dunes is to glimpse a philosophy written by nature. That survival is not about aggression, but about harmony, not about speed, but about rhythm, not about excess, but about balance. Camels remind us that endurance can be quiet yet powerful, and that resilience often comes not from resistance, but from adaptation. They are creatures of paradox, at once ordinary and extraordinary, humble and majestic, practical and sacred. They carry history on their backs, ecosystems in their stride, and cultures in their stories. As the sun sets and shadows stretch across the sands, the camel continues its steady march. Silent, patient, unwavering, it embodies the timeless truth of the desert. Life, even in the harshest of places, finds a way not merely to survive, but to endure with grace. Camels, guardians of the shifting sands. As the first light of dawn spills across the horizon, the desert awakens in silence. The dunes glow like molten gold, shifting with each breath of wind. The air carries both serenity and menace, for this is a land of paradox, where days burn like fire and nights bite with frost, where water is treasure and shade a fleeting gift. Survival here is not a matter of brute strength, but of patience, endurance, and remarkable design. In this realm of extremes, one animal reigns supreme, the camel. Known variously as the ship of the desert, the beast of burden, and even the lifeline of nomads, the camel embodies the very essence of adaptation. Its survival is not a matter of chance, but of millennia of evolution sculpting every feature, visible and invisible, into a masterpiece of resilience. Anatomy of survival. A camel's iconic hump, often mistaken for a water tank, is actually a compact store of fat. This fat can be metabolized into both energy and water, allowing the camel to endure weeks without food and long stretches without water. When conditions are dire, the hump visibly shrinks, only to swell again once resources are plentiful. The rest of the body complements this ingenious energy reserve. Camels can lose up to 25 to 30% of their body weight in water without suffering fatal consequences, a level of dehydration that would kill most mammals. Their blood cells are oval rather than round, enabling them to circulate efficiently even when the blood thickens from water loss. When water finally becomes available, a thirsty camel can drink up to 150 liters in just 15 minutes, replenishing itself with astonishing speed. Their kidneys and intestines are equally efficient, producing urine that is syrup-thick and feces so dry that it can be used as fuel. Not a drop is wasted. Their entire physiology operates like a carefully tuned water conservation machine. Masters of the desert environment. The desert is not only about thirst, it is about endurance against elements that constantly shift. Camels thrive where others falter thanks to specialized features. Their nostrils can close against flying sand, while a unique system of nasal passages helps them conserve moisture by reabsorbing water from each exhaled breath. Their eyes are protected by 2 rows of lashes and a third eyelid that sweeps like a translucent curtain, clearing dust while preserving vision. Even in the fiercest sandstorm, the camel does not stumble blindly. It sees through the chaos with calm precision. Beneath them, their feet spread like living snowshoes. Large, leathery pads expand to prevent sinking into soft dunes, while their thickened soles resist scorching surfaces that can reach over 70 degrees Celsius, 160 degrees Fahrenheit at midday. Watching a camel move across the desert is like observing a slow, deliberate dance. Each step measured, each stride perfectly adapted to conserve energy while covering great distances. The rhythm of endurance. Unlike animals built for bursts of speed, camels thrive on consistency. They can travel 40 to 50 kilometers in a day while carrying heavy loads, maintaining their pace without faltering. Racing camels, however, are capable of reaching speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour, 40 miles per hour, revealing a hidden athleticism beneath their stoic image. Their metabolism adapts seamlessly to temperature extremes. By allowing their body temperature to fluctuate several degrees, they reduce the need for sweating, conserving precious water. In the day's searing heat and the night's freezing cold, their bodies remain balanced, shifting with the rhythm of the desert. Intelligence and behavior. Camels are not passive creatures of instinct. They demonstrate keen awareness of their environment. They can sense distant water sources, remember migratory routes across seemingly featureless sands, and interpret subtle cues in wind and terrain. Their memory of grazing grounds and oases has long made them more reliable than human maps. Socially, camels often move in herds, guided by experienced leaders who know the rhythms of the land. Their communication is rich with groans, moans, roars, and subtle body language. These signals coordinate movement, warn of predators, and strengthen group bonds. Despite their reputation for stubbornness, camels' cautious behavior is strategic, minimizing energy waste and avoiding unnecessary risks. A lifeline for humanity. For thousands of years, human civilizations have woven their survival around the camel. Nomadic tribes across Arabia, North Africa, and Central Asia have relied on camels for transport, milk, meat, leather, and wool. In many desert cultures, a camel's milk is more vital than its meat, providing nutrients and hydration in a land where crops are scarce. Camel milk is rich in vitamin C, iron, and minerals, often referred to as the white gold of the desert. Historically, camels transformed deserts into corridors of commerce. Along the Silk Road and across the trans-Saharan trade routes, caravans of hundreds, sometimes thousands, of camels carried salt, spices, silk, and ideas between civilizations. These ships of the desert stitched together empires, connecting distant cultures and fueling economies. Every step they took was a step in the story of human progress. Camels and culture. Across societies, camels became symbols of endurance, patience, and loyalty. Bedouin poetry often praised them as companions and protectors, while proverbs compared their patience to human virtue. In India, camels are celebrated in festivals and parades. In Mongolia, they are revered as both working partners and sacred beings. Their significance is not only symbolic. Even today, millions of people depend on camels. In Somalia and Ethiopia, camel herding is central to nomadic life. In the Gulf states, camel racing remains both a tradition and a multi-million-dollar sport, blending heritage with modern spectacle. The modern struggle. Yet, even these legendary survivors face new trials. Climate change shifts the patterns of rainfall, reducing the sparse vegetation camels depend on. Human expansion fragments their migratory paths, while competition with livestock increases strain on dwindling water supplies. Still, camels continue to adapt. They change their feeding habits, consume tougher plants, and adjust migration routes. Scientists are studying their genetics and physiology not only to protect them, but to inspire solutions for human survival in drought-stricken regions. Their ability to endure heat, ration water, and digest harsh vegetation may hold lessons for our own species as we face growing environmental challenges. Engineers of the desert ecosystem. Beyond their value to humans, camels play a role in the desert ecosystem itself. Their grazing shapes vegetation, preventing overgrowth of hardy shrubs while dispersing seeds across vast distances. Their movement patterns open paths for other animals, and even their dung provides fertilizer in otherwise nutrient-poor soils. In this sense, camels are not just inhabitants of the desert, they are architects, influencing the very balance of life in arid landscapes.